This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
Samuel Adams delivered what may count as the most remarkable second act in American life. It was all the more confounding after the first. He was a perfect failure until middle age. He found his footing at 41, when, over a dozen years, he proceeded to answer to Thomas Jefferson's description of him as truly the man of the Revolution. With singular lucidity, Adams plucked ideas from the air and pinned them to the page, layering in the moral dimensions, whipping up emotions, seizing and shaping the popular imagination. On a wet 1774 night, when a group of Massachusetts farmers settled in a tavern before the fire, and pipes in hand discussed what had driven Bostonians mad, reasoning that Parliament might soon begin to tax horses, cows, and sheep, wondering what additional affronts could come their way, and concluding that it was better to rebel sooner rather than later, it was because the long arm of Samuel Adams had reached them. He muscled words into deeds, effecting, with various partners, a revolution that culminated in 1776 with the Declaration of Independence. It was a sideways, looping, secretive business. Adams steered New Englanders where he was certain they meant, or should mean, to head, occasionally even revealing the destination along the way. As a grandson acknowledged, "Shallow men called this cunning, and wise men wisdom." The patron saint of late bloomers, Adams proved a political genius. His second cousin, John, swore that Samuel was born to sever the cord between Great Britain and America. John also believed Samuel an original. He mystified even his peers, committed, as he termed it, to the cool voice of impartial reason. Samuel Adams breathed fire when fire-breathing was in order. Serene, sunny, tender, he seemed instinctively to grasp what righteous anger could accomplish. From 4 feckless decades he emerged intensely disciplined, an indomitable master of public opinion, a term yet to be coined. In a colony from which, as a Crown officer observed, all the smoke, flame, and lava erupted, Adams seemed everywhere at once. If there was a subversive committee in Massachusetts, he sat on it. If there was a subversive act, he was somewhere near or behind it. He eats little, drinks little, sleeps little, thinks much, and is most decisive and indefatigable in the pursuit of his objects, noted a Philadelphia colleague, unhappily. His enemies, insisted Adams, came in handy. Our friends are either blind to our faults or not faithful enough to tell us of them. He knew that we are governed more by our feelings than by reason. With rigorous logic, he lunged at the emotions. He made a passion of decency. He was a prudent revolutionary. Among the last of his surviving words is a warning to Thomas Paine. Happy is he who is cautious. Deeply idealistic, a moral people, Adams held, would elect moral leaders. He believed virtue the soul of democracy. To have a villainous ruler imposed on you was a misfortune. To elect him yourself was a disgrace. At the same time, he was unremittingly pragmatic. Adams saw no reason why high-minded ideals should shy from underhanded tactics. Power worried him. No one ever believed he possessed too much of the stuff. His sympathies lay with the man in the street, to whom he believed government answered. A friend distilled his politics to 2 maxims. Rulers should have little, the people much, and privilege should make way for genius and industry. Railing against the odious hereditary distinction of families, Adams fretted about vanity, foppery, and political idolatry. He did his best to contain himself when John Hancock, who traveled with the pomp and retinue of an Eastern prince, appeared in a gold-trimmed crimson velvet waistcoat and an embroidered white vest. In 1794, Adams was inaugurated as governor of Massachusetts. To maintain ceremonial standards, a benefactor produced a carriage. Adams directed the coachman to drive his wife to the State House, to which he proceeded, at 71, on foot.